Okay, well, there is a new process that simplifies a patient's journey through cancer, and we have Dr. Richard Inculet and Sue Stein here to tell us all about this. And first, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, Dr. Inculet, that you actually removed my mom's right lobe of her lung. So we have a familiar, yeah, we know each other
No kidding.
a little bit. So the process that my mom went through when she was diagnosed with cancer, how has it differed with this new process?
It was a little the process that your mother would have gone through. Perhaps the ordering of the diagnostic tests that were done for her, a little bit more labor intensive, a little bit more lengthy in the arrangement of those investigations. So start to finish, completion of all the investigations to decide the appropriate management would have taken a fair bit longer to accomplish.
So what was it that initiated the change in the process?
Well, Cancer Care Ontario took this as a lead because of the long waiting lists, and they're using this as one method of trying to shorten the waiting list from the time of initial diagnosis or suspicion to actual treatment time. And this seemed to be a major block in terms of the movement through the cancer care system. So by tackling this aspect of shortening the investigation time and series, it seems to have made a big impact on that waiting times overall.
Sue, your title, I love this, you're a nurse navigator.
Yes.
With the Southwest Regional Cancer Program. What does a nurse navigator do in this process?
So basically we receive the referrals from the physicians, the thoracic surgeons and the respirologists in the city. And what we do is coordinate and organize all their tests for them. We contact the patient and try to cohesively do as many tests as possible, as close to home as possible, and on the same day as possible. We are support for the communicate, support, educate the patients, answer their questions. You know, we're a contact between the physicians and the patient. If they have a change in symptoms, any of those things, you know, we have an open door. They can call us anytime. I explain the procedures that they're going to be having, when they're going to be having them, and that sort of thing.
That's such a great support, because just knowing what my mom went through, sometimes there was a lapse of time that went by where she wasn't hearing anything, no one was calling her, she didn't know, and it was worrisome for her because
Absolutely.
here she was with this, you know, this tumor in her just growing, and she was nervous that, oh my goodness, you know, 2 more weeks has gone by and it's going to be huge. And so that support, I would think, does a lot for them emotionally as well.
Yes, even though you may not be able to change or maybe do anything, but they can call, you can tell them, you know, by talking with them, you can help alleviate some of their fears and concerns and know that they're not alone out there.
Well, that's a good point, because basically this is a logistical change to the diagnostic process, and really it's just to kind of streamline things. But Dr. Inculet, maybe explain how this affects a patient's overall health, like their actual outcome in the process.
It's getting them back to me or the respirologist, whoever makes the initial referral entry into the diagnostic pathway. It's getting them back quicker to us, and again, from a patient's emotional state of mind, I think they're much more prepared. Sue's being quite modest. The patients are absolutely delighted with the support that she's giving them through the process. And I find that when they come back to my clinic for discussions about what's the next step, again, very, very prepared and in a much better state of mind, I guess, in terms of where they're going to go from there. So
great. Now, is this simply a London thing?
No, it's been adapted and mandated essentially by Cancer Care Ontario through the major cancer centres throughout Ontario. So every place that there is a major cancer treatment centre, a diagnostic assessment pathway has been associated with that.
Let's talk about lung cancer itself, because, you know, obviously having my mother who had lung cancer, I'm pretty strong-minded, and I like to, you know, get this message out that this is something that could be prevented as well. How many people are diagnosed on a yearly basis in Ontario?
So on a yearly basis, the Ontario Cancer Society estimates in 2011 there'll be up to as many as 8,000 people will develop lung cancer or be recognized as having a new lung cancer this year. And then that's followed up with a death rate. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in Canada. And in Ontario, they're estimating as many as 6,000, split just about evenly between women and men, will die of lung cancer in 2011.
And that's just in Ontario?
Just in Ontario.
Wow, those are shocking numbers.
Right.
Well, thank you so much to both of you for stopping by and telling us all about this new process.
Great, it's been a pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, for more info, the website is up on your screen, and still ahead on the show, trees.